Right, Paddy, look, let's start off with a little conversation around something that I didn't expect to see, but something that has definitely been mentioned, and that is the possibility of Liverpool Football Club making a move for N'Golo Kante from Chelsea. Now, in years gone past, mate, we'd all be doing cartwheels with excitement about the possibility of Liverpool maybe signing N'Golo Kante, but he has started to pick up injuries and he's fallen on the pecking order. And, are we just taking a cast off if we're to be interested in N'Golo Kante? Is it a sticking plaster, mate?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will hear this and want to believe we're signing the 2018 Kante, the Leicester title winning Kante, but it is not that Kante. We're signing a Kante that is suffering a lot of what our other current midfielders are suffering, just a decline and injuries, constant injuries. As much as I would love the idea of it, and I love the idea of a resurgence, no, not for me. Would it be an interesting one to take a plunge on? For sure, but I don't know. I have any idea what the financials would be. But yeah, no, it's not prime Kante by any stretch. And the fact that we're linked with Chelsea cast-offs while they look at the next generation of world-class talent is a bit of an indictment at where we are currently and what FSG bring to the table. And it's frankly very depressing.
I've seen lots of links to N'Golo Kante to Barcelona in recent months now. For those who aren't aware, his contract, I believe, is up at Chelsea at the end of the season, Paddy. So it would be probably a nominal fee to get him if you were to look to doing it between now and the time the window ends tomorrow. But if not, Liverpool could potentially bring him on board for, I guess, for cover, because that's what I'd look for him at. I mean, if you're bringing in N'Golo Kante, for me, I think you're blocking the pathway for Bajcetic at this point, unless we're living in a world where Kante comes in and Fabinho got sold. But either way, that just feels like a sticking plaster again.
Yeah, in the current moment, I would rather persist with Stefan than bring in N'Golo. Yeah, for sure. I think now is the time, if we're not going to bring in a midfielder, which we're not, just give Stefan the games. As I've said in the match reaction yesterday, there's absolutely no world or reason in which Fabinho should ever start ahead of Bajcetic. So give Stefan the games. That would be invaluable experience for him. And I seen a tweet on Twitter today, let him play Madrid, let him go to Madrid and let him make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes because he's only a kid. But I tell you, he's a special talent. And sometimes you just know with a player coming through, he has the raw materials. And I'm actually very excited by him. And I don't like the usual kind of cliche of, he could say it was a few million quid. But this is the player I would actually, you know what, you're right. I'd agree. He could say it was a good few million quid. But yeah, Kante, no Golo.
I've got one more shout for Kante to try and win you over before we end this little segment, Paddy. Just think of the match day video that we get every day with the ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? There is that.
No, see, the good vibes are there. It would be good vibes. I wouldn't say no per se. It's not someone I'd be like, oh God, no. Like, why not on a free? But I just think it's a financial mishap waiting to happen because I think he'd be on quite a nice bit of wages, but maybe, because he had such a late dash into his footballing career, like at the top level, maybe he'd like a change of pace. If you could get the financials right and it wasn't ludicrous money, it would be fun for sure.
Let me throw this at you then. Let's say Liverpool tonight flogged Nat Phillips to Galatasaray. So let's say we got a few million in for that deal, and Liverpool look to use that money to try and gauge how much Chelsea would want for N'Golo Kante to come in right now. Just hypothetically, would you be interested in that kind of a deal?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, listen, you using that Phillips money for N'Golo Kante would seem like on paper like a good thing. I just don't think Chelsea would be interested as much as they probably don't need him at the moment. They don't want to strengthen a rival either.